You're not weak for breaking down. You're not failing because you feel too much. Everyone's telling you to be resilient, to push through like some unbreakable machine. But let's get real. Is that what you actually want? To grind yourself into a husk just to prove you're strong? Or are you ready to stop romanticizing resilience and see your softness, your raw, messy human vulnerability, as the real strength you've been ignoring? Let's call out the loop you're stuck in. You're exhausted, aren't you? You keep wearing this mask of toughness, telling yourself you have to handle it all. Work, family, expectations, that endless to-do list. You're juggling it with a smile while screaming inside. You cry in the shower, then wipe your face and call it resilience. You push past burnout, ignore your needs, and call it strength. Society's got you believing that being a strong woman means never cracking, never resting, never admitting you're human. So you keep performing. You say yes when you mean no. You swallow your pain because you're supposed to be tough. But every time you do, you're not proving strength. You're betraying yourself. This isn't just you. It's a cultural trap. The strong woman narrative tells you to suppress your emotions to be the rock for everyone else. You're praised for enduring, for surviving, but never for feeling. And the cost? You're disconnected, you're numb. You're so busy being resilient that you've forgotten how to be real. You're not thriving. You're just surviving. And you're calling it a win because the world told you to. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Resilience isn't your superpower. It's a survival tactic, and you're overusing it. The strong woman trope is toxic. It's a lie that equates strength with emotional repression. Psychologically, this is called hyper-independence, often rooted in trauma or societal pressure. You learned early that vulnerability is dangerous, that softness equals weakness. Maybe you grew up hearing toughen up, or saw the women around you sacrifice their needs for others, so you armored up. You became the one who handles it. But that armor's heavy, isn't it? It's cutting you off from your own heart. Your softness, your ability to feel, to hurt, to need, isn't a flaw. It's your strength. Denying it doesn't make you powerful. It makes you brittle. Studies on emotional resilience show that suppressing emotions leads to higher stress, burnout, and even physical health issues like chronic pain. Vulnerability, on the other hand, is linked to better mental health, stronger relationships, and actual growth. The real courage isn't in hiding your pain, it's in facing it, owning it, and letting it teach you who you are. You don't need to tough it out anymore. You need an identity shift. Stop seeing yourself as the woman who has to carry the world. You're not a mule, you're a human, with depth and desires and a right to feel. Start seeing yourself as someone who honors their softness as strength. Here's how to make that real. First, reframe vulnerability as power. Stop apologizing for your emotions. Crying isn't weak, it's your body processing truth. Needing help isn't failure, it's connection. For the next week, practice radical honesty with yourself. When you feel overwhelmed, don't push through. Pause. Name the feeling. I'm scared. I'm exhausted. I need a break. Write it down or say it out loud. Then ask, what does this feeling need right now? Maybe it's rest. Maybe it's a conversation. Maybe it's just space to breathe. This isn't about fixing yourself. It's about listening to yourself. Vulnerability isn't your enemy, it's your guide. Second, set boundaries without guilt. The strong woman myth has you believing you have to say yes to everything. Work, family, favors, all of it. That's not strength. It's self-abandonment. Start seeing boundaries as an act of self-respect. Pick one thing you've been doing out of obligation, something that drains you. Say no to it this week. Be clear, not cruel. I can't take that on right now. You don't owe anyone an explanation. Notice how it feels to prioritize yourself. Scary? Good. That's growth. You're not here to carry everyone else's weight. You're here to live your own life. Here's the brutal challenge. You've spent years proving you can endure. You've worn resilience like a badge, but it's cost you your softness, your joy, your truth. What if you gave 1 year to proving your vulnerability is your strength? Stop performing toughness. Start showing up as you are. Raw, real, human. Pick one moment today to be soft. Cry if you need to. Ask for help. Say no without apologizing. Build the evidence that your feelings aren't a weakness. They're your power. Look in the mirror. You're not failing because you're not strong enough. You're struggling because you're trying to be something you're not. So who are you going to choose to be today? The woman who hides her heart to prove a point? Or the woman who owns her softness and builds a life from it? You decide.